My name's Greg LeRoy. I direct Good Jobs First. We're a nonprofit group, and I've been coming to new partners for a long time. It's a great session. We're a watchdog group on state and local economic development incentives, and we've also been very active trying to bring organized labor more intentionally into the smart growth movement as well. States and cities spend an estimated $70 billion a year in the name of economic development, most of it in tax breaks, foregone tax revenue. There's a group called the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, or GASB. It's kind of an obscure group. It's the group that sets forth what's called GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. Those are the formatting accounting standards that all state and local governments virtually adhere to. For the first time ever, last fall, GASB set forth a draft standard for accounting for corporate tax breaks for economic development. It had never weighed in on this issue before in all these decades. So here's the skinning. Starting for the calendar year 2016, and effectively data that will start getting reported in 2017, state and local governments will have to report we assume, with the standard coming out, how much money they lose for each individual economic development tax break program. At the local level, this is very significant because very few states collect local data like local property tax abatement data, local tax increment financing data, local enterprise zone data. You know, it's axiomatic in economic development that the poor pay more, that central cities and inner ring communities that can least afford it, that already have the most depleted tax base because of plant closings or brownfields or housing abandonment, are also the ones spending the most on tax breaks to try to attract economic development. But we've never been able to really test that theory in most places because the data hasn't existed. Now it's going to. We're actually going to be able to look at every jurisdiction in a metropolitan area and say, what's the ratio of economic development spending to the tax base, to the population? We can look at it through the lens of race or transit or other land use variables if we want to. This is going to become a very powerful analytical tool to think about smarter regional development spending. I always enjoy coming to new partners because it's a reunion for me, a huge brain-stimulating reunion for me. I see people here who I deeply respect, the best practitioners in the field, former employees and colleagues. I just love schmoozing here. It's the best.